Here's to the Scots. They pray on their knees and on their neighbours. Here's to the Welsh. They keep the Sabbath and everything else they can get their hands on. Here's to the Irish. Never quite sure exactly what they want, but always willing to fight like the devil to get it. Here's to the English. Convinced they are a self-made people, thus relieving the Almighty of an awesome responsibility. Who can tell me what a chunnel is? Somebody in this group I know can tell me what a chunnel, or the chunnel. C-H-U-N-N-E-L.
Is that the tunnel under the channel?
Exactly, sir.
Because tower level.
The tunnel under the English Channel. That magnificent engineering feat, which even as we meet here tonight is proceeding towards completion, which will connect the British Isles with the mainland of Europe. And I remember way back when this project was finally getting off the ground, I clipped out of the newspaper a clip of which identified the final 5 bids to complete this project. From the typeface, I would say this is the Philadelphia Inquirer or the Star Ledger, I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. Here are the 5 bids, and the numbers aren't important. From Borghese Costruzione in Milan, the bid was 755,397,465,000 lira. From Marcel Duchamp et Compagnie, Marseille, the bid was 8,264,766,000 francs. From Interessengemeinschaft Krupp in Essen, then West Germany, 940,572,600 Deutschmarks. From Winchester Partners in Manchester, England, 98,846,243 pounds. And from Solomon Stein in New York City, $147. Now you can imagine, among the members of the consortium of French and English engineers who were coordinating this project, there was some thought that maybe Saul Stein's bid ought to be thrown out as a nuisance bid. But they felt, no, he submitted it in good faith, and we ought to at least question him about it. So this is the conversation that took place between the English chairman of the consortium and Solomon Stein. Mr. Stein, we understand your bid of $147. Could you give us a brief overview of the size of your business? How many employees do you have?
Employees? I have 2. Me and my brother Sammy.
Well, Mr. Stein, 2 employees doesn't seem quite adequate for this job as we were thinking of it. Tell us a little bit about the equipment you plan to use as you work on the tunnel.
Equipment?
Yeah. Well, the shovel? Sammy has a shovel. Well, now, Mr. Stein, could you give us a brief overview, just a broad brush picture, understand, you know, so how you plan to go about it? How will you proceed?
Proceed. I go down to Dover. I start digging over towards Calais. Sammy goes over to Calais. He starts digging with his shovel back towards Dover. When we meet, you got your tunnel.
Well, Mr. Stein, supposing you don't meet.
Then for $147, you got 2 tunnels.
Now, 2-for-1 bargains like that in real life are pretty rare. But you're going to get a bargain like that tonight, because you're going to get 2 of us. My wife, Peggy, is going to join me up here. And since you people do so much of the good work that you do on the telephone, I thought it might be appropriate if she and I recreated for you tonight a television sketch that was done a number of years ago by the great comedy team of Mike Nichols and Elaine May. Now, as Bruce mentioned, I am a former telephone man, and Proud of it. I go back to the days when the telephone was a monopoly. Some of you look young enough that you might not remember those days, but in those days, that's the way it was. The Bell system did it, and did it all, and nobody else did any of it. And the way it worked, at least as far as what we now call directory assistance, but was then called, what? Information. You went up to a coin box or a pay station or a public telephone, whatever you call it, and you put a dime in. You gave the information operator, you dialed 411 in those days, not 555-1212, all that stuff. And you got an operator, you gave her the name of the person you wanted to reach, she gave you that person's number, and you got your dime back. Well, that's the way it was supposed to work. It didn't always. And this is the story of what happened to a poor soul whose car has broken down, who is very, very late for a very, very important appointment, and who has only one dime.
Information.
Oh, yes. Operator, would you check a number for me, please? George Kaplan, 4411 Huguenot Drive.
George Kaplan.
Yes, that's right.
That is Kaplan.
Yes.
That is K as in knife, A as in aardvark, P as in pneumonia, L as in lettuce, A as in aardvark once again, and N as in new old post.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
One moment, sir, I'll look it up.
Thank you. And operator, if you could try to hurry, please.
I'm looking that number up now.
Well, it's just that I'm running extremely late here and trying to
That
get...
number is listed in your directory, sir.
Operator, there is no directory here,
Then
I swear.
would you please take a pencil and write the number down?
Yes, I promise. I definitely will, yes.
The number is Audubon 21954.
Hello? Hello? Operator? Hello? Hello?
Information?
Yeah, operator, you just collected my dime.
Information is a free service, sir. When you hang up, your dime will be returned to you.
Yes, I understand that it's usually free, but I'm telling you, in this case, I heard the dime fall and, you know, hit all those other dimes. I know it's in there. Look, I wouldn't bother you about a dime. The thing is, it's my only dime. I have no more change. My car is just broken down. I'm over an hour late for an extremely important appointment. Hello? Hello? Operator? Operator! Hello? Hello?
Information?
Operator, please return my dime.
I cannot return your dime, sir, until you hang up. When you hang up, your dime will be returned to you.
No, it won't. Listen, I know that sound. I've heard it all my life. I tell you, that dime is in there.
Information cannot argue with a closed mind. Why don't you try hanging up?
I can't take the chance. I lose my dime. I'll lose you. Look, can I go over your head? Is there someone else I can speak to? A human being?
You wish to speak to a human being?
Please.
Is this about your alleged dime?
It's a real dime.
One moment, sir, I'll connect you with the information supervisor.
Oh, operator. Hello? Hello? Operator. Hello?
Information.
Yeah, look, there's no chance you would accidentally jostle something with your elbow and cut me off completely.
We do not work with our elbows, sir. Information supervisor, can I help you?
Ah, I certainly hope so.
Yes, sir.
A few moments ago, operator, I was speaking with one of the...
Supervisor.
What?
This is the information supervisor.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, sir.
Supervisor.
Yes, sir.
A moment ago, one of the operators collected my dime. And as I explained to her...
Sir, Bell Telephone does not charge a dime.
Yes, I know. But in this
When
case...
you hang up, your dime will be returned to you.
Look, I just went through all this.
Information is completely free, sir.
Not tonight! Now, miss, try to understand what I'm saying to you. I'm speaking to you as one human being to another. Forget you're an operator. We're just
Supervisor. I'm an information supervisor.
Yes, all right, supervisor.
Yes.
Bell Telephone has stolen my dime. That's what it comes down to. And I'm just going to have to do whatever is
Wait
necessary.
a minute,
Well,
wait
that's
a
what happened.
minute.
You took the dime. I trusted you.
Bell Telephone didn't steal your dime.
That's exactly what they did.
Well, the Bell Telephone Company doesn't need your dime. Bell Telephone gets millions of dimes every day.
That's my point.
You don't think they picked out your dime to steal, do you?
Yes, they picked it out and they stole it.
If you don't like doing business with us, why don't you deal with some other company?
Now, miss, you know there's nowhere else I can turn. You've got to do something.
I'm not going to argue with you.
What do you mean you're not going to argue?
Do you mean to sit there and tell me the Bell Telephone Company has stolen your dime?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'd be happy to return your dime to you.
You will?
Yes,
Bless you. Thank you very much.
not at all. What is your name and address?
Miss,
Yes?
you're going to send me a whole lot of stamps, aren't you?
Yes, we are. That's right, sir.
Yeah, I knew it. I've received stamps from you people in the past. It's always a wonderful surprise. I need my dime now. Look, can I go over your head? Is there someone else I can speak to?
Well, I could connect you with the managing supervisor, Miss Jones.
Please.
She isn't going to be able to help you either, but if you want to give it a whirl,
Miss Jones, please.
hold the line.
And please try to hurry.
Managing supervisor, Miss Jones, can I help you?
Oh. Miss Jones, you don't know how glad I am I finally got hold of you.
What is it, sir?
Miss Jones, this is my story.
Yes, I'm here.
A long time ago, one of the operators inadvertently collected my last dime.
Oh, my God.
Yes, and as I explained to her, it isn't the dime, I'm late here, my car is... I'm sorry. I don't usually do this.
There, you go ahead and cry. Bell Telephone understands.
Thank you.
You've lost your dime.
No, they took it away.
Well, if Bell Telephone has taken your dime, then Bell Telephone will be happy to give you a free call for that dime.
Oh, Miss Jones, if that's true, I'll never forget you as long as I live.
Well, that's true, sir.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss
No,
Jones.
it's a pleasure to serve you.
Thank you very much.
Now, if you will give me the name of the party you're calling and the number.
Miss Jones,
Yes, sir.
you're dealing here with a broken man. She collected my dime before I even heard the number. Look, forget it. I don't care anymore. Something just snapped in me.
Listen to me, sir. If you will give me the name of your party, you do know that, sir.
Yes?
Then I can look up the number right here.
Oh, wonderful, Miss Jones. Yes, it's George Kaplan. Kaplan. As in Newell Post.
Right, sir. Just 1 second.
All right?
Oh, sir.
Yes.
I have that number for you.
Oh, yes, Miss Jones.
It's Autobahn 21954.
Oh, thank you, Miss Jones. Now, tell me what to do.
Hold on to the receiver, and when you hear a dial tone, dial your number. You have a free call.
Hold on to the receiver, and then when I hear a dial tone, dial the number, and I have a free call. Thank you, Miss Jones. I'll never forget you. Let me return now in closing to my British theme. 1941, 51 years ago, was a dark year for the people of Great Britain. Just 40 miles away from them across the English Channel stood the mightiest military machine in world history, intent, it seemed, on invasion of the British Isles any day. And their only really effective ally, the United States, was 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean and not even in the war yet. So you can imagine how thankful Prime Minister Winston Churchill was to get a handwritten letter from our president at the time, Franklin Roosevelt, in which Roosevelt included some hand-copied lines from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, The Building of the Ship, as a way of encouraging the English statesman. And Churchill was so moved by this that he asked permission to read these lines before the House of Commons. Those of you who may remember this grand old curmudgeon of a statesman can see, as I can, in our mind's eye, his slouching, scowling posture, and maybe you can hear in your mind's ear his broad Midlands brogue as he read these lines to the House of Commons. Thou too sail on, O ship of state. Sail on, O Union, strong and great. Humanity with all its fears, with all the hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. What is the answer I shall send back to this great American leader? It is this: give us the tools, and we will finish the job. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are giving us the tools, the dollars, to fund the research that will enable us to proceed towards finishing the job of reducing premature death and disability from cardiovascular disease. So I can do nothing tonight but applaud your efforts and salute you. And in behalf of those many, many people whose lives you will improve and even save, I thank you.
That was great. I know, that was neat. That was wonderful. Thanks.